Welcome. After the end of this speech, you should be able to know why soccer is a better sport than football. You see, soccer is played across the globe. It's played in South America, Europe, Africa, you name it. Football is mainly played here in the USA. Actually, here in the USA is the only place where it has an official league. It has minor and amateur leagues in Europe, but they're not actual leagues. However, soccer has professional leagues in almost every place in the world. Even the smallest country in the world has a soccer professional league. Another thing it's great for, it has an Olympic sport. Football was only an Olympic sport in 1932. You see, it was only used as a demonstration and it was never used again. However, for soccer, it's been an Olympic sport since 1900s. It's been there for nearly 120 years. So it's been there every single time. However, football was never there. Another thing is it also gives equal opportunity for women. It has professional leagues for women in Europe and here in the USA. However, football doesn't have a professional women's league. Why? I don't know. But that's another thing for another day. Another great thing is the injuries. For soccer, the injuries are very lower. But what I mean by lower is the time frame. For every 1,000 players that played, only 3 get injured. Or on a survey based on 2019 to 2020 that was made, only 3 out of 1,000 players that played get injured. For football, 5 players out of 1,000 that play get injured. The injuries are lengthier. They get from 1 year, from 6 to 1 year. However, for soccer, the case is 3 weeks, 4 weeks, sometimes it's just a week, sometimes it's a bruise thing, whatever, they're not as long. However, football is tougher because most of the time they end up breaking bones. And soccer, that's not the case. Sometimes, like I said before, they're just bruises. Another thing is that even in this day, to play football, you need to be of a certain weight and even of certain height. You can't have somebody short like Lionel Messi, which is one of the best players in soccer, play football. So what soccer does, it gives equal opportunity for all the players. Or it doesn't matter the height, the age. Well, age doesn't really important for either football or soccer, but you get my point. For soccer, the weight and height doesn't matter. If you could be short and still play at a top level, you can be not the strongest and still play at the high level. However, strength does have to do a little bit with soccer because you need to be able to stand some players coming at you because soccer can be tough at times. One of the last things I want to talk about is this that I'm about to show you here. You see, popularity-wise, soccer is more popular than football. In South Africa, in 2010, the World Cup, it dragged about 531 million people to watch it. In Brazil, the World Cup, about 562 million people watched it. In Russia, which was the last World Cup, 517 million people watched it. However, the Super Bowl was only watched by 160 million people, and this was the 2019 Super Bowl. So if you can see the numbers, you can see that 160 million is barely 1/3, around there, of the averages from Russia, Brazil, and South Africa. Popularity-wise, it drags more people. Bringing it all back in, one of the saddest news was heard yesterday. Yesterday, as I was coming home, I found out that one of my idols had died. His name is Diego Armando Maradona. He died because of heart problems. And this proves my point with popularity too, because nearly 1 million people showed up to his funeral today. It's very tough for me because he was one of the people that I admire, not only as a player, because I didn't have much of a chance to see him play, but as a coach. He was a really good coach. He coached in Mexico, and that's where my affection towards him came because he picked up a team from the second division in Mexico and put them in the final. I liked his style of playing. The way that team played was amazing, and I liked it. So I started to watch more of that team. And that's just not my favorite team. And I still was watching him and supporting him just because of the way they were playing, all thanks to him. This sport brings a lot of emotion and passion to your teams. I myself have a team that I've been supporting since I was born. And every time they win, it's very emotional for me because they're my favorite team. I'm not saying it's probably not the same for a football team, but I think soccer brings more emotion. I know that I will be more happy when my team wins, and I know a lot of fans for football teams are happy when their team wins, but to see that 1 million people went to a player's funeral is something that's world breaking. It's a soccer player that died, and more than 1 million people are going to watch it. It's tough. As you can see, 1 million went to watch it. So 160 people went to the Super Bowl, and 1 million people went to a player dying. A football player dying, not nearly 1 million people went. Well, in conclusion, I would like to say, hope you know why soccer is a better sport, because I gave you all the information I think I could possibly give you for that, and thank you.